I'm Gina DeAndre, and today I'm interviewing my uncle, John DeAndre. So I just need you to state the following, your full name,
Uh, John DeAndre,
the year you were born,
1949,
where were you born,
in Philadelphia,
and where do you currently live?
in Bensell, PA.
To start off the interview, what are some of your favorite memories growing up?
My favorite memories growing up. We started out living in the city, and I remember like going to Connie Mack Stadium with neighborhood kids, and it was a mixed race of kids that all got along. No racial issues back then, and I don't know the reason why, but there weren't. And riding our bikes, making scooters out of just wood, milk crates. Then we moved up to Bensell, and then we had the whole Delaware River, and ended up water skiing and swimming that we never did before. So it opened up a whole new thing for us. It was really cool.
What was your daily routine growing up?
Well, we had some chores to do. So when you got out of bed, you had to dust or wipe tables or whatever you had to do before you go out. And then and that was it. Then we would just go out and play. We would play all day long and then get called in for dinner, basically. So.
Now, I know you were alive during JFK's presidency and assassination. What are your memories towards these events?
Well, it was a nice big homeroom. I'll never forget it. And I think it was Mr. Kleinsberg, I think, was my homeroom teacher. And he announced it, and the whole class started crying. I'll never forget it. And then the whole school was in was pandemonium like you'd never seen before. And I don't remember attending another class after that. We probably did, but I'm not sure if we did, because that's the impact that it made on the whole world.
Could you explain the country's reaction towards the assassination a little bit farther?
Everybody was saddened, black and white, Spanish, everybody in the whole world loved him. He was just a terrific guy. He was obviously a civil rights person, and just wanted peace for the world, basically, and they got all interrupted. And, it was a complete shock, especially at a young age.
Could you explain if there were any major changes in the country after JFK?
I don't think, not like 9/11, that's for sure. I think it was more of a shock than anything, because there were assassination attempts before with other presidents that didn't work, but they were made. I think it was more just the kind of man he was that the impact was. But I don't think, there was no more security at airports. Maybe around the presidents himself, they may have put more security, but I would say that's about it.
Now, moving on to a different subject, how old were you during the Vietnam War?
Well, I graduated high school at 17, and it was drafted at 17. It was an open draft. Everybody got drafted then. There was no lottery system. I went down to 401 North Broad with thousands of other people. And for some odd reason, I wasn't taken, but I was 17, 18, 19, during that time. So I graduated young from high school, but you were automatically drafted.
What year? Same year.
1967, I'm sorry.
What was it like in America during the Vietnam War? Just explain the emotions of people towards it.
A lot of protesting, a lot of people running to Canada to get out of the draft. Demonstrations all over. They actually even took it out on the soldiers, which wasn't fair. soldiers come home from war, they should be welcomed, and the Vietnam soldiers that came back, the American soldiers that came back from Vietnam were not. They almost, you're better off not wearing your uniform coming home. That's how bad it was. It was not nice and not fair, because the soldiers didn't decide the war.
What was it like having people you know go off to war?
Well, hold on. I had a lot of friends that went, and I wanted to go myself, and I was really surprised they didn't take me, but we've lost a lot of friends. So, wasn't a good memory to me. But on the other end, I wish I would have went. I felt guilty, and I went to a lot of funerals. Ones that were killed there, ones that came home and ended up committing suicide because of the mental anguish they went through there and drugs besides. So.
You kind of touched on this a little bit, but what was your emotion towards the possibility of being drafted?
Oh yeah. I really didn't have an emotion. I thought it was great because I knew everybody was going, all my friends were going, and I would have been home all by myself. And I was completely ready for it. And I was more mad that I didn't get accepted than not. If that makes sense.
Moving on to another subject.
Okay.
Now, you said you were on your way to Woodstock. You didn't actually attend Woodstock, but could you explain what Woodstock is?
Yeah. Me and a bunch of friends back in the day, what was that, 69? 69, I think. Just hanging around talking, and we said, we decided we were going to go. We wanted to attend it. So we took off on the actual first day of the event. It's a 4-day event. And needless to say, you couldn't get down any highway. The turnpikes, every road going in, leading into the place was packed. 100,000 people, I think, showed up the day before the event, the 4-day event actually started. And I think they knew then that they were in for something. And 500,000 people showed up. There were 32 acts of the best rock people in the whole entire world. I mean, anybody would have wanted to go to that event. And it rained, I think, for 3 to 4 days. There was a lot of drugs, a lot of overdoses, ambulances, the best music in the world, and it was the hippie revolution. So it was that we never made it there, and it was something I regret. But we started out way too late.
Now, is there anything you would like to add about your life in this interview?
About my life? Actually, I married a great woman, my wife, Aunt Donna, and we had 4 great boys, 9 grandchildren, and living on the river, great nieces and nephews, brothers, sister, mom, dad's passed away, and I mean, it doesn't get no better than that.
Thank you for doing this interview with me today. Again, I'm Gina DeAndre, and today I interviewed my uncle, John DeAndre. Thank you.